Oh my God. I have been dealing with storage issues and the cloud and shit. But finally, just finally, the cloud went through. Finally, I got a ton of room now. I think. I don't know. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm doing this video. Fuck it. I want to do this video so bad. And I have an idea for one as an altered history. You know, I love those, as you know. And we're going to deal with the 22nd Amendment or the lack thereof of it. Which, that will be the thing here. There will not be a 22nd Amendment. And for those that don't know, the 22nd Amendment is the amendment that says nobody can be elected more than twice to the presidency or serve more than 10 years total, if at most. Like if you serve less than half a term of the, you know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean. I know what I mean. You should. If you don't, you're a fucking Nimrod. Jesus Christ. Don't get so aggressive. Anyway, okay. So, and this was inspired by FDR, who got elected 4 times, and the Republicans hated that. And so they put the 22nd Amendment in. I mean, you know, like FDR was a horrible president. Yeah, shit. One of the greatest presidents in the history of the world. Or this country, rather. And so, we're going to just, it never happens. For whatever reason. Maybe there's a Democrat majority in the Congress. And they just never do it. 22nd Amendment doesn't happen. So to this day, you can run for as many terms as you want if you're president. Now I think, I'm going to go through this historically. Presidency by presidency. I think it's going to be a long time before anyone challenges the 2-term thing. I do. You'll see who it is, and I think it'll make sense to you. We'll see. And so, FDR dies, right? Truman takes it. Now, Truman, even with the 22nd Amendment, God help us, I just about killed me, is exempt from it. He's the one guy. I think him and Herbert Hoover. I assume Herbert Hoover was, but doesn't matter. He only got elected once to begin with, so he definitely will run again. And I think he would have been eligible to run as many times as he wanted to, which would have been stupid because he was, he was not in politics anymore. Whatever. Good Lord, I went into that too long. And so, we go through Truman. That happens as it did historically. We get to Ike, Dwight Eisenhower. And this is the first challenge of it now. He serves 2 terms. He's kind of old. In 1960, he's eligible to run again. Of course, he can run whenever he wants. I think he just stepped down. I think he's done. I think his 8 years was enough. I think he goes by the George Washington president, and just stepped down. I don't see him running a 3rd time. I just don't. It might have been interesting if I did. It's going to be a while before I get to think I got to go 3 times. It's just, first of all, think about it. There's nobody between him and, Ronald Reagan. We'll get to that. And so the next guy is Kennedy. Of course, gets shot, dead. LBJ could have run. He could have run anyway, and then he didn't. It's what's gonna happen. Yeah. LBJ could have run again. Didn't. Wouldn't have won. No way. The people hated him at that point. Or were annoyed by him. And then we get to Nixon, and of course Nixon runs into Watergate eventually in the 2nd term. So obviously he's not going to have that happen. Gerald Ford, forget him. He just finishes up Nixon's term. Narrowly loses election to Carter, who loses after 1 term. And then we get to Reagan in 1980, Ronald Reagan. This is the first real challenge, in my opinion. Although, how can you make this interesting? Like, maybe Reagan makes some moves in 88 towards running, but doesn't. Because he would not have. I think his doctors would have said, don't run again. Just don't. Mr. President, don't run again. You're starting to lose cognitive things, and yeah, don't. It'd be bad for the country. And I think Reagan is honorable enough, and good Lord, I'm dropping my phone. Whatever. Nobody cares. But, Reagan, 88. He's making noises he might run again. Remember, there's no limit to term time. There's no 22nd Amendment. So you could run as long as you want. And FDR's done it already. And they didn't, yeah. So he makes noises about running again and noises throughout late 87, early 88, and then he finally, I guess his doctors must have gotten to him by that point and said, just, Mr. President, don't run again. You're not able to do it. We think you may have dementia setting in. So you might not want to do that. And being honorable, Reagan heeds that and basically tabs George Bush, which is basically at this point, we're just going to go with real life. Even though this one here was a little different. Reagan tabbing Bush because he couldn't run again. But Bush wins. And then, of course, Dukakis, Good old Michael Dukakis. Good Lord. Yeah. Look good in that tank, didn't you, Mike? Oh, good God. You're a joke. Anyway. So rather, Poppy Bush wins. Poppy. Call him Poppy. Love that. The Big Bush wins. And I don't mean Prescott. I mean, his son. He wins. And we get to 92, of course, Clinton beats Bush. And this is where it happens. Okay, now, Clinton has an interesting 2 terms in real life. Right. First term, Salesforce gets elected against Dole fairly easily. Bob Dole. And then we get to the end of the second term and the circus, the Monica Lewinsky thing, and good Lord, just a joke. They're not going to convict him. Don't bother trying. But remember, in this scenario, he could run again. And he really wants to. He kind of sheds a scandal like the Wile E. Coyote, as someone, or not the Roadrunner, rather, as someone says. He's like the Roadrunner. They could just, Dave Barry said it, I believe. You could, whatever you threw at this guy, he would evade it like the Roadrunner did in the Looney Tunes cartoons. He evaded it. He was the Teflon president, man. This guy, man. I don't know, he had an uncanny ability to do that. And we get to 1982, or 88 rather, sorry. No, wait. What am I talking about? 2000. Jesus Christ. I had 30 seconds there, so fuck you. Alright. 2000, and his vice president, Mr. Gore, Al Gore there is like going, are you going to run again, Bill? Mr. President, you run again? Are you going to run again? He's a pest. And Bill says, I don't know. Shut up. He didn't say that. He probably was thinking it, though. Because he's a pest. I might run again. I'm young. I can still do it. Scandal's over. People still like me. I might. He might. We get 2000 now. And we decide, as, Bill Clinton, we decide that, yeah, we're going to run again. Sure. We could win. They're going to put up George Bush. We know this. George W. Bush. We think we could beat him in the bitter campaign. Which is funny because later on these two people like the best friends in the world. But in this campaign, man, they didn't know each other really yet, and it's bitter. My God, is it bitter? Just back and forth. We're pretty sure Clinton will win. We are pretty sure. Because he's, Bill Clinton, two-term president. He's going to win. He's going to pull an FDR and get elected the third time. The only other guy that's ever done it. And we get closer and closer to November. It's just a close race because, there's some caravan scandal and people don't trust Bill to be virtue-free or virtuous. Wasn't, to be fucking honest. But if you had to fuck Hillary every night, you'd do it too. I'm sorry. That was so bad. Sorry. Sorry about that. Just terrible. But, so we get to November, and boy, it is a close election. It really is. It's quite close. It's close, man. I'm not saying this one comes into Florida necessarily like Gore Bush did in real life. But it comes down to, you know what? I'm going to make this one come to New Mexico for some stupid reason. Because there are 4 electoral votes. That will decide it. Like the Kevin Costner movie that we said. But it's not quite like that. I mean, no one vote or anything. But it comes into New Mexico, and Clinton squeaks by for a third time. Only the second president to ever do it. Other than FDR, of course. Okay. He's president again. 4 more years. And meanwhile, George W. Bush is sitting there, and I've done a timeline where this happened to me. To Gore in the one that I did. He could be viable again down the road. Probably not next time, but the time after that. And so we have a third term of Clinton. 9/11 kind of happens, I guess. It happens. Kind of. But, he never goes to Iran, or Iraq rather, but he does go to Afghanistan. It's what he can do. I'm not going to say he stopped 9/11 like Gore did, but Gore didn't do. His people did. But yeah, whatever. You say, well, Clinton doesn't say people. No, not really, no. Just 9/11 happens. They don't know. There's nothing you can do. It happens. And so, we go through the early 2000s, and we're getting 2004, and now we're wondering, who's ever going to go this time? Because, you have to figure, this is not like FDR, where it's like, we have to run for a 4th term. And yet, he's thinking about it. Bill Clinton's thinking about it. But let's start with the Republicans, because, they're obviously, that's the open seat, the open nomination there, as it has been for a while. Bush doesn't want to run this time. He's going to sit this one out. He's going to wait. He's thinking 2008. Good choice by him, kind of. And not that 2012, the Republican was 2004. You know what I mean? Whatever. He'll wait. He's got time. He's young. But John McCain kind of beats out a fairly large field. All of them think that, the Democrats are going to put up some new guy. They don't even think possibly could be Clinton. They're going to put up some new guy. It could be anybody. It could be John Kerry, they think, or somebody like that. Joe Lieberman or somebody. But, yeah. No. So, McCain gets the nomination. And then the Democrats, and this is an insane thing. Bill Clinton never really says he's going to run through the primaries, nothing. And there's so many Democrats running. And this is just an insane thing. You don't think it could happen nowadays, but it did. They get to the convention and nothing is decided. There's 7 guys splitting the delegates. None of them are Bill Clinton. None of them. This is really very much like FDR's fourth term nomination. Clinton, of course, speaks there. And he basically says you can vote for whoever you want. Whoever you want. Well, within about 3 ballots, Bill Clinton's got the nomination for a fourth time. Unbelievable. Just unbelievable. He pulled an FDR, and he's younger and more healthy. He's going to serve. He's going to become the longest serving president of all time if he wins. Well, not yet. Not Clinton McCain. And this is where I pull the upset. Because kind of a lot of Democrats were turned off by the whole Bill Clinton assassination at the convention. A lot were turned off by the whole Monica Lewinsky thing, even still. And definitely Republicans hated him. And John McCain, who a lot of people admire because of integrity and all that shit, wins the election. McCain beats Clinton, going for a fourth term. And Bill Clinton acquiesces graciously. You know, he kind of knew he was pushing his luck there. Kind of a weird maneuver. I mean, he was hoping to win, but not. Maybe did think he didn't actually even win. He didn't think he could get the nomination for the love of God, but he did. Now now he's in it. But he wasn't surprised. He said I you know what, let FDR have the record. It's fitting in this party, and that's a good thing to say for him, for Bill. And so now, I finally did an alternate where I get President McCain. Oh, I'm so happy. What am I going to do with this? I don't even know. Probably not much, to be fucking honest. I never go into policy. Not much. I'm not that big of a wonk. I don't know. But yeah. Starting 2005, January, John McCain is now President of the United States. I mean, he's pretty good in foreign policy. Well, you know that well. Having served in the Senate and been in Vietnam and all that, he knows it well. And does a pretty good job with it. And he's pretty good with foreign leaders, you know, like the guy from China and, you know, that kind of thing. And, you know, Boris Yeltsin or whoever from Russia. Or was Putin there yet? Putin was there. He's good with Putin. You know, he's able to get it along with him pretty well. Along with all the European people and, you know, whoever the Canadian Prime Minister was at the time and whatever. Gets along with all of them. He's a pretty good president. He's roaring along, man. He's doing okay. It's questionable whether he can get reelected, but I think he will. Because the economy, although the economy is starting to suck, it's going to suck every time when I do a timeline that involves these years. Because it did not in my life, and we're going to just make it suck every time. Bailout shit and all that happens. But this is different now, because we got a guy running for re-election, which we didn't in 2008 in real life. And Barack Obama. That's not interesting, though. I don't know if I want it to be him. I want to say I always say this. He did get elected to the Senate in 2004 and give a keynote speech and wowed everybody and all that shit. Okay, fine. But I don't know. It's different now because McCain's doing decently well other than the economy, which even most people realize is not anything to do with him. And so it's Hillary. McCain versus Hillary. Interesting election in 2008, right? McCain versus Hillary. And I think McCain will win. I think the country is tired of the Clintons at that point. I mean, nothing wrong with the Clintons, but they're just tired of them. They just uphold McCain. They win. He wins. He's a two-termer. remember, he can go again. Not saying he will, but he could. And so we move on, more on. And we get McCain's. The economy does kind of suck for a minute. It's not too bad, though. They do the bailouts, and it kind of helps a little. And the economy really is kind of middling. It's not a big deal. We get 2012, and now Barack Obama comes up and wants to run. And guess who he's going to run against? Yeah. No 22nd Amendment is starting to take a real effect here because John McCain ran for a third term. And, yeah, it's close. It's very close. I mean, if you go by how the country's doing, McCain should win. Because he's a real good president. He's been pretty good, man. On foreign policy, he's a genius. And he's like Nixon in a way, except with integrity. And there's no paranoia. There's not going to be a Watergate with him. Domestically, he's a little weaker, but he knows this. And he, gets smart guys to run that domestically and run it by him. And he makes the final check mark. Okay, go. He's a very good president. But we got McCain versus Obama. Well, I'm going to twist this fucking thing. We're going to have another third term president. McCain wins again. But, I mean, for the second time in a row, we got a more than term president. But the stress of that job, and remember, he dies in real life in like 2017, was it? Without having been president. Well, now he's president. It's just, his hair turned gray. He passes away in August 2014. The vice president, I didn't even talk about that. Who the vice president was it? I don't even know. Fuck. For real. Let's make it Mitt Romney. Mitt Romney has always been his vice president the whole time. And now he's president. Mitt Romney. President Romney. Interesting. And so we trundle through, and Romney he's okay. He's competent. Does a good job, kind of. And we get to 2016, and he's going to, he gets the nomination. He's going to run again. And Obama tries again. Now, because, he didn't lose that. He lost respectably the last time. He's going to try again. It's a close election. Basically, we have the same election we had 4 years earlier. No Donald Trump, by the way. Not yet. Maybe the next time. In fact, yeah, I got an idea for that. Okay. I'm going to stretch this fucker out. Okay. And so, Obama wins this one. He went, oh my God, this is going to be awesome. I just realized how awesome what 2020 is going to be. It's going to be so fucking awesome. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't need to, promote my own video while I'm doing it. But I think it's going to be a great thing. Okay. So Obama's president now in 2016. He can trundle through the late 20 teens. And, he's going to run for election, of course, 2020. And 2020, the Republicans this time put up, I should tell you, in like 2018, during his term, there was the dinner, the one that they roast each other, the president, yeah, that one. And you know what I'm talking about, the one where you roast Trump. Well, he does that here, and Trump gets pissed. He wants to run for president. So he does, 2020. Obama, of course, gets renominated. And the Republicans, they put up Trump. Donald Trump. Trump versus Obama. What a clash. It's bloody. Mentally, at least. Not physically. But mentally, definitely bloody. Just a thing, man. Oh my God, it's a death struggle. And it's a close election. Just close. And Trump is just pulling a little stops to win this thing. And will not claim a loss if he is in fact credited with losing. He's not gonna, you know how Trump is. He's not gonna do it. Well, we have the election. Obama wins. He wins. He wins it. You know, it's 51-49. Actually, a little bit more substantial than I thought. And wins like one state in the electoral college. Trump thinks he's robbed, but he doesn't have any credence and no one cares. They just let it go. And we just turn on, so Obama gets reelected there, and we go to 2024. It's Trump again. The Republicans have now become the Trump party, basically. And the Democrats, well, we have just shattered the 22nd Amendment. It's going to be Obama again. We're going to rematch. A rematch, man. Trump, Obama. A very old Donald Trump, by the way. He's like 80. And this time, the economy had a bit of a dip in the late 2020, in the early 2020s there. And damned if Trump doesn't win. God help us. Even in alternate history, I hate him. But he wins. Win the election. He was the worst president of all time. His vice president was Mike Pence. Not Mike Pence. Because he hadn't been yet. Yeah. It's possible still. No, it's Tim Scott. Fuck that. It's Tim Scott. I'm sorry. I never do that. But yeah. It's Tim Scott, an African American. First ever Republican African American to ever be on a ticket. Good. That's it. That's all that's good about that. Because the head of the ticket's a fucking dipshit. I hate it. But yeah. And then, oddly enough, Donald Trump has a heart attack one day in the White House. And in 2023 there, passed away. So we have President Scott. Not me. I'm Scott, but first name Scott. President Tim Scott. The second African American president, and the first one that is a Republican. And that's pretty much, from here on in, it's kind of really murky. I don't even know the names anymore, and it's going to suck. Because I've eliminated a lot of these people. McCain's dead. They're all, yeah. I mean, Obama could run again. That would actually be interesting, to be fair. You know what? Fuck it. Let's do one more election. I'm sorry about this. I'm going to continue this one more election. I'm going to do something unprecedented here. Yeah. So, we work toward 2024, right? And President Tim Scott, is going to get renominated. He's acceptable to the party. They love him. They like him. They renominate him. The people do too. And the Democrats, knowing that it's probably a losing cause because of the sympathy vote for, whatever. This usually happens. The sympathy vote for the fallen president. Decide we gotta put somebody up that it's just a sacrificial lamb. Well, we get a volunteer. None other than Barack Hussein Obama. I'll run again. I don't care if I lose. If I win, great. I'll be president again one more time. But if I lose, I filled a slot till 2028. So he runs. And they give him the nomination because they and God damned if he doesn't win. He wins narrowly. In a squeaker. But he fucking wins. He's, third term. Another one. I'm at almost half. Oh, God help me. God love me. God, this feels so good to do this. Oh, man. Anyway, he wins. And that's pretty much where we're going to end it. I don't know. He doesn't run ever again. This is the last time. And, other people come through and all that shit. 28 and whatnot beyond. I don't even know. The name's coming over really early to me. But, yeah, I got my half hour in. It feels so good. I still got it. I can't wait to watch this fucking thing. That's what I'm doing very soon here. Thank you again. Thank you all for watching. And I am out.